Do you remember your last shopping trip? The hustle and bustle of the store, the myriad of choices, and the endless aisles filled with products. It's a common experience for many of us, a routine part of our lives. But have you ever stopped to think about what drives us to these places? What compels us to spend our time and money in these vast emporiums of consumerism? Were you searching for something specific? Perhaps a gift for a loved one, a replacement for a worn-out item, or maybe just something to treat yourself. The reasons we enter these stores are as varied as the people who shop in them. Each of us has our own motivations, our own desires that we hope to fulfill. Or were you drawn in by bright displays and tempting sales? The allure of a good deal can be hard to resist. The promise of saving money while acquiring something new and shiny is a powerful incentive. Retailers know this, and they craft their stores to entice us, to draw us in with the promise of happiness and satisfaction. I confess, I've had moments where I'm lured by the allure of things. The promise of new clothes, gadgets, or home decor can be hard to resist. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of finding something new, something that promises to improve our lives in some small way. But how often do these purchases truly bring us the happiness we seek? But often, these desires are fleeting. They don't bring lasting satisfaction. The thrill of the purchase fades quickly, and we're left with yet another item to add to our collection. It's a cycle that many of us find ourselves trapped in, constantly seeking the next thing that will bring us joy, only to be disappointed time and time again. One day, I found myself wandering a department store. I had gone in for a simple sweater. It was a cold day, and I needed something warm to wear. My intentions were clear and straightforward, but as I walked through the aisles, I found myself distracted by the countless other items on display. Yet I was soon overwhelmed by an endless array of products. There were so many choices, so many things that caught my eye. Each item seemed to call out to me, promising to make my life better in some way. It was overwhelming, and I felt myself getting lost in the sea of possibilities. Each item beckoned me, whispering promises of happiness and fulfillment. A new gadget that would make my daily tasks easier, a piece of home decor that would brighten up my living space, a stylish outfit that would make me feel more confident. The possibilities seemed endless, and I found myself wanting more and more. But as I filled my basket, a strange feeling washed over me. It wasn't joy, it was anxiety. The more I added to my basket, the heavier it felt, both physically and emotionally. I started to question my choices, wondering if I really needed all these things, or if I was just trying to fill some void within myself. The weight of my potential purchases felt heavy, not exciting. Instead of feeling the thrill of acquiring new things, I felt burdened by the thought of bringing more stuff into my life. It was a sobering realization, and it made me pause and reflect on my actions. I realized I was caught in a cycle of wanting, not needing. I was constantly seeking out new things, hoping they would bring me happiness, but they never did. It was a never-ending cycle of desire and disappointment, and I knew I needed to break free from it. This realization stopped me in my tracks. I stood there in the middle of the store, surrounded by all the things I thought I wanted, and I felt a sense of clarity. I didn't need any of these things. What I needed was to focus on what truly mattered in my life. I put back most of the items. One by one, I returned them to their shelves, feeling a sense of relief with each item I let go of. It was a liberating experience, and it made me realize how much I had been weighed down by my own desires. I left the store with just the sweater, a sense of relief washing over me. It was a simple item, but it was what I had come for, and it was enough. I didn't need anything else to make me happy. I had everything I needed already. That day, I learned a valuable lesson. It wasn't about the things I could buy, but about the choices I made and the values I held. It was about understanding what truly mattered to me and letting go of the rest. True contentment comes from focusing on our needs, not our wants. It's about finding satisfaction in the simple things, in the things that truly matter. When we let go of our constant desire for more, we make room for the things that bring us genuine joy and fulfillment. When we prioritize what truly matters, we create space for joy, peace, and meaning in our lives. It's a lesson that can be hard to learn, but once we do, it changes everything. We start to see the world differently, and we find happiness in the most unexpected places. As I walked out of the store that day, I felt a sense of contentment that I hadn't felt in a long time. It wasn't about the sweater I had bought, but about the realization that I didn't need to keep chasing after things to be happy. I had everything I needed, and that was enough. I took a deep breath and enjoyed the peaceful moment outside the store. The world seemed a little brighter, a little more beautiful. I felt lighter, freer, and more at peace with myself. It was a small change, but it made a big difference in my life. With a smile on my face, I walked away from the department store, knowing that I had made a positive change. It was a simple decision, but it had a profound impact on my life. I had learned to let go of my constant desire for more and to focus on what truly mattered. Mindful shopping is about making conscious choices, about understanding our true needs and letting go of unnecessary wants. It's about finding balance and contentment in our lives and not being swayed by the constant barrage of consumerism. I felt empowered by my decision to shop mindfully. It was a small step, but it was a step in the right direction. I knew that I could make better choices, that I could find happiness in the simple things, and that I didn't need to keep chasing after more. I shared my experience with others, hoping to inspire them to make similar changes in their lives. It's not always easy to break free from the cycle of consumerism, but it's worth it. When we focus on what truly matters, we find a deeper sense of joy and fulfillment. I felt grateful for the lesson I had learned in the department store. It was a simple experience, but it had a profound impact on my life. It taught me to appreciate what I have, to let go of unnecessary desires, and to find contentment in the simple things. As I walked away with a sense of peace and contentment, I knew that I had made a positive change. It was a small step, but it was a step towards a more fulfilling and meaningful life. And that, in the end, is what truly matters. Needs and wants. These two simple words hold significant weight in our lives. They shape our choices, influence our spending, and impact our overall well-being. But what exactly distinguishes a need from a want? And why is it crucial to understand the difference? Needs are the fundamental elements essential for our survival and well-being. They are the non-negotiables, the foundations upon which we build our lives. Think basic necessities like food, water, shelter, clothing, and healthcare. These are the elements that keep us healthy, safe, and secure. Wants, on the other hand, are desires. They are often influenced by external factors like advertising, societal pressures, or the desire for status or pleasure. Wants are not inherently bad. They can add enjoyment and richness to our lives. However, problems arise when wants overshadow our needs. When we chase after every fleeting desire, we risk losing sight of what truly matters. We may find ourselves in a cycle of overconsumption, debt, and dissatisfaction. By learning to differentiate between needs and wants, we take a crucial step towards living a more intentional and fulfilling life. Our modern world is a whirlwind of temptation. Advertisements bombard us with messages that happiness lies in acquiring the latest gadgets, the trendiest clothes, or the most luxurious experiences. It's easy to fall into the trap of believing that happiness is just another purchase away. But the truth is, lasting joy cannot be found in material possessions or fleeting experiences. Psychological research supports this notion. Studies have shown that while acquiring new possessions may provide a temporary boost in happiness, this feeling quickly fades. This phenomenon is known as hedonic adaptation. We adapt to new things, and the initial excitement wears off. True happiness, it turns out, is not about accumulating more. It's about appreciating what we already have. It's about cultivating gratitude for the simple joys in life. It's about finding contentment in experiences, connections, and personal growth, not material wealth. When we shift our focus from acquiring to appreciating, we break free from the happiness trap. We begin to experience a deeper, more sustainable form of joy, one that comes from within and is not dependent on external factors. Section 4. The Power of Contentment. Finding freedom in simplicity. Imagine a life unburdened by the constant pursuit of more. A life where you feel content with what you have, where your heart is filled with gratitude for the simple things. This is the power of contentment. It's a state of mind, a way of being that liberates us from the relentless cycle of wanting. Contentment is not about settling for less. It's about appreciating the abundance already present in our lives. It's about finding joy in the everyday moments. A warm cup of tea on a chilly morning, the laughter of loved ones, the beauty of nature. When we cultivate contentment, we shift our perspective. We begin to see the world through a lens of gratitude, noticing and appreciating the good that surrounds us. This shift in mindset brings a sense of peace, a deep-rooted happiness that cannot be shaken by external circumstances. Living with contentment doesn't mean we can't have goals or aspirations. It simply means we approach them from a place of appreciation for what we already have. It's about finding joy in the journey, not just the destination. Section 5. Recognizing your needs, a journey of self-discovery. Embracing a needs-focused life begins with self-reflection. It's about taking the time to understand our values, priorities, and what truly brings us joy. This journey of self-discovery requires honesty and introspection. Start by asking yourself some fundamental questions. What are my core values? What matters most to me in life? What brings me a sense of purpose and fulfillment? The answers to these questions will provide valuable insights into your true needs. Next, consider your daily routines and activities. Which ones leave you feeling energized and fulfilled? Which ones drain your energy and leave you feeling depleted? By identifying the activities that align with your values and bring you joy, you can start prioritizing them in your life. Remember, recognizing your needs is not a one-time event. It's an ongoing process of self-reflection and adjustment. As you evolve and grow, your needs may change, and that's okay. The key is to stay connected with yourself, to regularly check in and ensure your actions are aligned with your values and priorities.